Hello gamers, welcome to my channel. Today I'd like to talk about trainers. A buddy of mine was asking me about attaining a good trainer for um, Grim Dawn, which you can see there. I have the uh, version with the definitive collection version. Um, but what I actually want to talk about more is whether you ever really need a trainer. A lot of people purchase trainers. Some of them are expensive. Sometimes they don't work when there's a game update. And so what I really want to do with this video is to talk about trainers and to talk about the cheat engine. Trainers kind of versus the cheat engine. Now you can make trainers off of the cheat engine, but the problem is, again, when there's an update to the game, you might lose the ability to actually use that trainer. So rather than focusing on buying or downloading, trying to find the perfect trainer, um, I want to suggest here that we should all be using just the cheat engine to uh, increase the value of an item or change your level or anything really that you need to do, you can do with the cheat engine rather than using any trainer whatsoever. So that's where we're going to start with here. We're going to start Grim Dawn, and we're going to look at an item, increase the value of that item, and then we're going to increase the gold, for example, as well, just to see that we can do that. And that way, if there's an update to the game, you'll kind of understand, hopefully, that using the cheat engine, even after an update to the game, you can just then, using the cheat engine, increase your values whenever you need to. So that's much better than using a trainer. All right, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that I do here is I open Grim Dawn and I open the cheat engine. And now I have to target Grim Dawn, so I have to say open process, and I then have to select Grim Dawn from the list of processes that are running here. There it is, Grim Dawn. Okay, so that's Grim Dawn. I'm going to say open. And now I'm targeting the game Grim Dawn. And then the next thing I have to do, obviously, is start my game. So it's loading. I'm not trying to hide anything here. I'm just going to go all the way through this. I might pause at one stage or another just to save a little on the video size, but I'm not going to hide anything. Okay, so there's my game, Grim Dawn. Here's my items list, my inventory rather, and you can see I have a lot of, well, actually not too many things for my level and where I am in the game. That's because, level 18, that's because I put a lot of things away in the smuggler's chest. For those of you who know what I'm talking about, it's basically, you'll understand me, but for those of you who don't, it's a chest where you can hide your items or away for a while. Keep your items out of your inventory. So the next thing we got to do here is identify an item we want to increase. So I'm going to do scrap, and the reason I'm going to do scrap is because later on in the game you get access to a workbench where you can take an item that you don't need, like a breastplate here or shoes, and you can take that item and you can deconstruct it into scrap. And what if you don't want to wait that long to um, be able to turn scrap or farm scrap, as some people call it, to fix these bridges. If you don't want to take so long, uh, like here it says it'll take 25 scrap and 20,000 iron bits to repair this bridge. If you don't want to wait so long for that, we can just increase the number of scrap we have, and we can just get the 20,000 iron bits straight away if we want. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, so how can we do that? Well, we can do that a couple of ways. We can just drop our items on the ground like that, like I just did. Select, drop, and it'll appear there on the ground. They're not going to go anywhere. I can do that. Or, as I mentioned earlier, I can come over here to the smuggler. Excuse me. There he is. And I can just put my items in there. Either way, you'll have the same effect. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to pause this video for now and put the rest of my items away. Great, so there we have it. All the items are suddenly over there and I only have scrap. Now I can already hear naysayers saying, well, I know what you're gonna do. You're gonna put 15 as a value there, but there's so many things that are 15 in the game. Well, the thing is that not only are there so many things that are the number 15, uh, there are, I don't even need, in fact, this many 15 of this item to find the correct value. And the reason for that is that although is because I'm gonna scan, in fact, for an exact value. So every time that value that I select, and then I select the next value for and the next scan for, every time that increment goes down by 1 in my inventory, I'll be, in fact, narrowing in closer to this item. So we're going to see how that works. And in fact, I'm not even going to use 15 of this item. I'm going to go ahead, there we go. I'm not even going to use 15 of this item. I'm going to go ahead and, so in fact, I'm going to use less scrap than this. I don't need this much. So I'm going to split the stack by pressing Control, clicking. I'm going to basically only keep 5. 5 is enough. I'll keep 5 and get rid of these 10. Put them there in my smuggler's chest there. Okay, that's more than enough. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is to actually search for that value. So I'm going to put 5 there. Okay, now I'm going to split this stack here again. I'm going to split the stack by 1 and just put that back here in the inventory of the smuggler's chest. And I'm going to say that I'm now searching for 4. And I'm going to say next scan. Okay, now I know it doesn't look like I'm narrowing down on anything yet, but I am, and eventually I'll see that this item is going to be down to maybe 1 or 2 options in the address field here, and I'll be able to pinpoint that item in the address area and of the memory of the game, and I'll be able to then change the number to whatever I want. So we're going to do that again. Come over here, type 3, next scan, and then you can see I'm already narrowing it down a bit. Again, back to the game, split the stack. There we go. Search for 2. Next scan. Okay, again, a lot less there than there was before. Split the stack again by 1. Come over here, we're going to select 1. Say next scan. Now, you see, you didn't see much of a change there, and that's because there's a lot of things that are 1. Okay, so how can we find out what this item is now? So I can look for clues in the memory by browsing the memory region. I can look for clues in there, or I can just guess, and it's perfectly fine to guess. Obviously, you can do things like crash your game, but you can just open it up and try again. So I'm just going to go ahead and guess. In fact, I'm just going to pick one at random right now, and I'm going to say change the value of selected address. So it is 1 right now, as I have 1 scrap in my inventory, and I'm hoping that this field of the memory of the game is for this item. I'm just going to say OK, and I'm going to click back in the game, and I can see it did not change anything. So that wasn't the correct piece of memory, area of the memory. So I'm going to try again. Okay, again, nothing. Change. Okay. And the reason I'm doing it this way is because I promised I wouldn't hide anything from you. So otherwise, I would just find the right one and press record, and you'd see the value change there. So it would look like I was a genius or something, or it would look like I'm super lucky. So no, I don't want to do that. I'm going to do each one here. So you can, oh, there it is. So you can see that it's not luck. I just went through each one till I found the right value, the right area of the memory that is for this item. And so now you can see I have 9,000, well, actually 999,999 scrap. Now, what about the memory of the gold, or the iron as it is in Grim Dawn? Well, I do the same thing there, guys. In fact, it's even easier than you think. Right, so I'm going to go down to my dealer down here, my items dealer. There he is, the salvage dealer. And I can see my gold there, and I can see some items. I can buy some items, and you can see my number there changes. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to search for that number. It's 999,999,214. I'm going to search for that number, and I'm going to get just one find in the address, the memory there, and that's obviously going to be my gold. There's nothing else that it would be, or my iron there. So I'm going to just change that value to whatever I want, and I'm going to make it something easy. So we can see something easy with a 1 and a bunch of zeros. We can see that's vastly different than the number 999, blah, blah, blah. And there it is. So that's my new number. You can see I just changed that very easily. So now I have all this scrap and all this gold. I don't have to wait forever to change the some things about the game. Now I can also sell this item back to the dealer, by the way, and it will change the value there, and it registers that in the cheat engine, of course. So let's go down and go back to our bridge. We can see this bridge is broken, and as we saw earlier, and we can now repair this bridge because we have more than enough scrap and more than enough gold, and there it is, it's repaired. So I can go to the old grove and look around, do whatever I want. I think you guys know there's another bridge up here that can be repaired. I've already done that one earlier, so it will not be broken. But yeah, so there you go. If you're wondering if I'm using some sort of other cheat that we've all heard of maybe, called the one-hit kill, no, unfortunately, that I never figured out exactly how to use that. And many people who have videos of the one-hit kill talk about some problems they've had where the enemy, if the enemy does hit you one time, you yourself die. So you hit the enemy once, they die, but if they hit you once, you die. So I'm not using that. It just happens to be that I have some powerful weapons that have a lot of extra weapons damage, extra damage, like poison and stuff like that. And these shoes, which also give extra damage to the enemy. Okay, so that's it. That's how I can use Cheat Engine rather than using any trainer to change values in the game, Grim Dawn, or any game at all. In fact, I used it recently even in the old Final Fantasy 6 game for the PC. I used Cheat Engine there, and it's just what makes it better than using a trainer again is that if there's an update to the game that I want to install, the trainer will not work, but the Cheat Engine software will. So I can just always come back to Cheat Engine and change values. I can change my level. I can change the experience I have. Here in Grim Dawn, for example, it's very simple. I can just scroll over my experience level and I can see that number right there. And I can just search for that number. I can kill one enemy, search for that number there. I can kill one enemy, search for the new number, and I'll get down to the address that is the memory for the experience that I have or that I need. And I can just put in that value and my level will go up. Okay, so again, that's using the cheat engine versus any trainer at all, and why it's better to use the cheat engine rather than use a trainer. And the stress of even trying to find an appropriate trainer is just not worth it. And obviously, the money that you spend on trainers is definitely not worth it at all. A lot of those trainers can be hacked if they don't work, but it's just not even worth the trouble. So I hope you liked this video. I hope it wasn't too long. Again, I tried not to hide much. That's why it's a little longer than it should be. If you like this material, let me know. Like and subscribe to this channel, and I'll add more stuff like this. All right, guys, that's it. All right, bye bye.